Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you've been following me for the last probably a month and a half, you'll know that I have a new old lady hobby of sewing. I got a sewing machine, I've been fixing my stuff, I've been doing upcycling, DIYs, you name it. And now that I'm getting into this a lot more, I think it's about time I upgraded my storage for my sewing items, accessories, whatever you want to call it, because at the moment I store everything in this giant M&S bag. It's all just like filling the bottom and all of this is empty, and it does not look classy laying on the kitchen side. I have never had a sewing box before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but when I started Googling, oh my god, the cutest patootiest sewing boxes were coming up and it was just blowing my mind. There was these cute little like beehive ones, there was a greenhouse, and then there was one that outshone all of them, and of course I had to get it, even though it did cost me £50, but it's handmade and it's from Etsy, made by somebody's beautiful hands. So I thought we could unbox it together, have a little look and repack my stuff from this ugly M&S bag into this beautiful new sewing box that I've got. Here it is. So it's obviously quite a large sewing box. I haven't seen this yet. I haven't opened it yet. It arrived probably about an hour ago. The everyman dropped it off very kindly to my front door. And now here it is, and I'm just excited to get into it. So enough yapping. I'm gonna just cut into this bad boy so you guys can see why this design choice was elite. Oh, I did get this, I don't think I mentioned, I got it from an Etsy store called Rosemary's Handmade with Love. Oh, very cute. Okay, it's literally not giving anything away. At least I've got a ton of tissue paper to use for my Vinted parcels. Are you guys ready for the grand reveal? It's a house! Oh my god, it's a house for my sewing items. It's so freaking cute. All right, is there anything else in here? Any free goodies? Not this time. So this is the little cute house that I picked out. Let me get it out of this plastic packaging. Oh my God. There we go. I don't think that this was handmade by old, whatever her name was, because it says made in the Philippines. So this is the little house. It's got a little handle at the top and all of these cute little embroidery details. I fell in love with this. I felt like it was the cutest little thing. And I don't know what it is. I love the fact that it's a house and I can house all of my equipment in there. I don't know why, it really does it for me. And a little handle and a wicker top. Oh my God, it's so freaking cute. Let's open this cutie up and see what kind of space we are working with. Look how cute the inside is. I love the fabric they've picked out. My favorite color is green, and honestly, this is really doing it for me. So inside we have got this like, hello. Inside we've got this little plastic container so you can sit some of your like threads and little bits and pieces in this guy, and then inside is one big gap for you to be able to fit all the things that don't quite fit on a little top. This is really beautiful and it's actually really well made. I am very, very impressed and think it's just as cute as it was in the photos. I just adore this. Okay, let's get stuck into this giant paper bag. I think I'm gonna just lay everything out first and then we'll decide how we want to organize it. Okay, so that is, oh hello, there is some thread pulling away. So this is all that I had in that little M&S bag. It honestly isn't a lot. Like I said, I'm just at the start of my little journey, which I think is a good thing. I'm not getting too much too soon, just in case I wake up one day and I don't want to do this anymore. But for now, I'm very excited. Okay, so naturally I'm thinking that we should organize this little plastic piece first. I have already purchased a bobbin holder. So it's just like a very crappy plastic one from Hobbycraft. Honestly, this cost me £6 and the quality is very, very subpar. I wish I paid a bit more. I'll pop that in straight away. So I have very creatively been storing all of my threads inside this Vaseline tub. At the start, everything fitted really well, but the more colors I've got, the more this has started to overflow. I've got these little thread snippers, which are honestly really crap. I think I got them as part of like a sewing kit from Lidl's many, many years ago, and they have just never been very good. I might see if I can sharpen them. If I can't, I'll just replace them. But for now, they're gonna be the first thing to go inside my little holder. Anyway, I got sidetracked. We're supposed to be doing the threads. So all of my threads are different sizes. I don't know why, don't ask me why I have this giant one. I needed this exact color and they only had it in this giant thread holder, but it's fine. I'm gonna try and color code this so that they all stay together. Also, if anybody knows a way, so once you've finished using it, instead of having a thread dangling around and getting attached to stuff, is there a way to secure that somewhere? Am I just being really stupidly daft? And this black one, again, I got this from Hobbycraft and it is shockingly awful. Every time I try to sew with this, it just kept snapping. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of that and get another one. But that's all of our threads in. Now I'm gonna put in my needles. I have some like normal sewing needles and sewing machine needles. Oh, why is this so sticky? Right, you're getting thrown away. Little circular pin holder, which I think is very common. Hello. But the pain in the butt thing is when you finish using them, you have to then slot them back in. And because of the way my brain works, I have to get them in color order. So the pinks have to be with the pinks, the yellows with the yellows, blah, blah, blah. And it is so time consuming. And then some random buttons. I seem to collect buttons every time I buy something and you get the spare button inside. For some reason I keep it and I can't remember ever in my whole entire life's existence going back and using that button. But I suppose they're good to have, and in case I need them for a project or something, I will keep them, don't worry. This thing is genius, by the way, this yellow pin holder. Oh my God, it's such a godsend when you're doing projects and you start like pulling your pins out and just leaving them all over the place. I love it. It just suctions them. Like, look, let me show you. So this pin, oh my God, it's already getting dragged. That pin, I don't know if you can see that over there, but look. Bam, it's now on here. It's a miracle worker. I absolutely love this thing. I'm just gonna pop those in here for now somewhere. I don't know, I think maybe there is, I don't know. It doesn't really fit anywhere, does it? This magnetic bit I'm gonna put on the bottom. This is definitely making me feel way more organized already. Perfect. Okay, we've got a seam ripper, everybody's best friend. Oh, these are the scissors. Do I keep them inside the box? I think, knowing me, that's probably safest. Does it fit? Darn it. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to take the scissors out of the box. This is the fabric glue. I've got my sewing machine oil, which I haven't used yet, but I need to start using more often. Oh, my knitting clip. I've seen so many people use these online, and I don't know why I haven't got any sooner, because using pins can be a massive pain in the butt. So I finally got myself some pins, which I'll pop in here. The whole bunch of elastic. I feel like I should organize this in a nice way. Another thread? Where are you coming from? Oh, I didn't know I had a pink. And then maybe, because these would be quite hard to wind, why don't I pop them in the Vaseline tub? What a genius. Okay, so I put the tub of these in here. Okay, there we go. That's nice and organized. And now if you put the little thing on top, look. Wow, that is my organization complete. Look at that. That is just stunning. Hello, would you look at that? This is so adorable. I love my little sewing house so much. It's definitely made me very happy. Let's see how heavy it is now with all my... That's not too bad, actually. Definitely get some gains from lifting this guy up. I love it. I think it's amazing. I can't wait to use it. So maybe we can do some sewing and see if this makes accessibility a little bit easier for me. I do have a few pretty simple projects that we could do, and then I will stop yapping about my new sewing hobby. Okay, so the first thing on our sewing mission today is to shorten these trousers. I've said it many times before, I am a super tiny human. I'm 5'2", so I need to shorten all of my trousers that I buy. And over my lifetime, I've explored lots of different ways of doing this. Let me take you guys through my journey. So before I had a sewing machine, I did the classic cut. So I literally just cut these with scissors and they naturally fray and become this monstrosity over time. I don't mind it too much, it just looks like a nice messy frayed bottom, but sometimes I would like a nice classy looking jean. So this isn't always suitable. I then leveled up because I got the sewing machine and I managed to sew a fake like bottom cuff. So as you can see there, I've done just a nice white outline, and this is pretty much doing the cut, then flipping it and then sewing that shut. So on the inside, you can still see a little bit of fraying and it does peep out every so often, like you got this little strange guy. But this is much better. So this is leveled up, and I did like this until I discovered level 3. This method of jean shortening blew my mind. Look how professional that looks. And if you look super close, you can see the method is by folding the jeans up. But from far away, when you're wearing them, they look pretty damn good actually. So this is my final boss shortening jean method, which I've fallen in love with and I think it is incredible. It also allows you to savor the bottom of the cuff. So this is going to be my method going forward, unless it is a pair of trousers like these ones here. They have quite a thick cuff and this isn't a type of material that will fray. So the likelihood is that I will do the cut, flip and sew method for these, especially because the cuff needs to be relatively thick as well. But I really do need to sort these out because I adore these trousers. Like, look at them, they're a beautiful camo. They've got some like gemstones running over them. It's such a great pair of trousers. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here we are on my super disgusting rug. Don't judge, this is like 1,000 years old. But this is where I'm going to do the cutting because I haven't yet got a little cutting mat, but it's coming. At some point it's coming. So I'm gonna lay out the blue pair of jeans just here and line that up. And I'm just going to pin where the ideal length would be based on the pair of jeans underneath. So it's just a little bit coming off. So we've got the ideal length marked out. I'm just going to cut probably above these 2 stitches just there because I'd like to be able to fold that over and do the same 2 stitches. Ta-da! I do have like a irrational, I think it's rational, but others feel like it's irrational fear of irons. I just don't understand how we as human beings can be trusted with this extremely hot metal plate just existing with us. It just terrifies me. I hate it. Anyway, we've got an iron so that I can iron this seam, I think that's what it's called, the fold over thing, so that when I am sewing, it glides along a lot smoother and I don't start going astray in different directions. Where is my pin holder when I need it? There it is. I don't actually think I have the matching thread for this. So this is the thread color that they have used. And I think I might go for a gray and it might not actually look that bad. Okay, I always get this wrong, so let's refer to the picture. So it's this way around, yeah. Ta-da! Love how I just went for it without checking if the gray would look odd. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but it looks all right. Hey guys, gonna be completely real with you. I got way too tired to finish these projects, but it's the next day, so we can all pretend it's the same day because that will make me feel like a less lazy person. Anyway, I didn't show you guys the final length of these trousers. So they now fit absolutely perfect. Before I cut them, they were hovering on the floor and I kept stepping on them. And as you can see now, they only just touched the floor. I tend to wear these with my platform Converse. The length is just perfect. I've been wearing these all day and honestly, I am so glad I went for it even with the gray thread. You can see it, but I don't mind. Unless anybody's staring at my ankles, I think I'm gonna be pretty damn good. So the next project on our roster is this white long sleeve top. As you can see, at some point I already cut this to be a bit shorter, but I didn't have a sewing machine at that point. And this is a disaster that happened. So it's time that we sort this guy out. So I want to do a couple of things to this t-shirt. I want to bring it in a bit. So as you can see, it's quite square and quite big. I'd like to make this a little bit more fitted to my body. I've never done that before, so we're gonna be doing it together for the very first time. I did ask ChatGPT and we do just need to take in the sides apparently, cut off the excess fabric and it should be good to go. Finish off the bottom of this t-shirt so it has a cleaner look and then we'll see what that's looking like. Here it is. So as you can see, it does fit very, very boxy. It's large. I do have 2 of these, so I'm gonna keep one of them this kind of boxy, relaxed fit, and then I'm gonna try and make this one slimmer. The arms I don't mind at all. They do have a bit of bagginess to them, but I'm okay with that. I just want the body a little bit more like this. So if I do this, and then if I want it to be about here, so I'll pop one of these there. So that will be perfect on the side there. Okay, what do we think? Is this enough measuring? I don't know, but I feel like all of my sewing projects so far have been very slapdash, rough and ready because it's just for me to wear. I'm not trying to sell these pieces on. So for me, this will do. We'll see how it comes out. I won't cut any of the excess fabric off in case it's an absolute disaster. So I'm gonna pin this all the way up, going in at a gradient, and hopefully That will give me a nice line to work with. Okay, so it's gonna be looking something like this. So it's gonna come in at the waist and then go back out. Does that make sense? Let me just unpin that. Yeah, I mean, I need to straighten out this little ripple, but that makes sense to me. So it will come in and then come back out. All right, so this is the hourglass moment we seem to have going on. So it's gonna go in the middle and then go down to the armpits. I'm gonna just pop this on real quick to see if it looks weird or if this is actually going to kind of work. Not gonna lie, trying this on was not a good idea. All the pins have pulled out. I think you can just see them on the back. I'm gonna just take it off and do it. And then if I need to undo the seam and try again, we'll do that after. Let's go for zigzag stitch. There we go, so that's popped in. I'm gonna just do some practice fabric to make sure that I like what's happening here. This is like my practice item. It's a Shein dress from I made an outfit out of £1 Vinted finds. It is getting a lot of use, not as a piece of clothing to be worn, but as my stitching subject if I ever need to practice. So we'll use this little pink guy and see if the stitch is right. Whew, okay, let's get started. So that's one side all done. It's got that nice kind of curved shape that I was after. And on the other side it's looking like this, which I think is pretty decent actually. That's kind of what I was going for. I'm gonna do the other side and then we'll try it on. And if my world comes crashing down, just bear with me because I'm sure we can just fix it. Look what worked out. Me winging it seems to be going really, really well for me at the moment. I'm just waiting for like the big car crash moment when I do a complete mess. But this has gone really well. So I've done a zigzag stretch stitch on both sides. And this is what it's created. I think it's absolutely adorable. So the last thing to do is to fold over the seam and just finish that bottom off so we don't have all those stragglers flying around. And then it's going to be done. I always struggle to find thick fitted t-shirts that aren't see-through. And this one from Next is great. It's just super boxy. So to be able to do this and at home, pretty much for free, I feel like I'm winning at life. Here we have the final product. I have finished the bottom. I have chopped out the excess fabric and she is perfect. This is the exact top that I have been searching for endlessly and haven't been able to find, so I made it. I'm so gifted and talented and clearly so humble. Whee! I've got one more project planned for today and it is to, let me get it, put a thigh slit into this dress. And the reason for that is because even though it's been washed, the fabric on the bottom is very like rigid, and when you're walking around it doesn't really have a nice flow to it. So what I'm hoping for is to put a thigh slit in so that it lets all the air in, has a bit of a, like, I don't know what I'm going for here, like a floaty moment when I'm walking around in this dress. That's what I'm hoping to achieve. This is what the dress looks like on. I don't know if you can see what I mean, but as I'm like walking around and floating, it's a bit like it's missing the razzle dazzle. So I have put a couple of pins right here, so just above my knee to put a slit in to go all the way down. I think that's a good place for it. I like them at the front so I can stick my little leg out and it adds a bit more volume to it. So we're gonna go with that and see what happens. God, this fabric is so trippy to look at. Yeah, I'm gonna just try it on real quick to make sure that I'm happy with the height. Hopefully I'm happy with the location because that's not changing. Ironed in the seam, so it's just like a tiny little section. And I'm gonna just do a straight stitch all the way down. The dress all done. We've got a slit right here. I think I definitely did a good call doing it a bit higher. I feel like this definitely looks a lot cuter. I have crossed over the stitching at the top, so I'm hoping this doesn't just like completely unravel. But for now, it's looking pretty damn good if you ask me. So that was our third and final project. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've done so much sewing the last couple of days and learning new things. It's been super fun, but I think it's time to call this video to a close. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, as always, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to see you all again, so subscribe and I'll see you all next time. Bye.